Crypto Frog in the house, better late than never. Complicated business, folks. Getting people out of the house so I can have some peace and quiet. Truebit Protocol. Ticker TRU. Is it the answer to Ethereum's scaling problems? I'm going to give you my verdict. It's kind of what I do. And I'll just describe a bit about it as much as I can. It's a tad giga-brained. So if you're an expert, let me know in the comments or in the live chat or in the replay in the comments. I'm Crypto Frog. If you're new here, subscriptions are mandatory. Not really, but you know, I prefer a subscription. Thumbs up. Cute Asian chick says thumbs up, so you're all going to simp after that. It's the crypto way. Disclaimer: no financial advice ever on Crypto Frog's YouTube channel. Just the way it is, isn't it? So I decided I didn't want to make any more videos about the bear market rather. It's annoying me. You can follow me on Twitter, CryptoFrog202. I should imagine most of you do. Let's have a quick look at the Bitcoin price, like 34,500. Let's have a quick look at Gexter. There is a smattering of green, but I'm not like in a desperate rush to ape in. Right, let's get into it. Truebit. I'll pull the chat up later. Now, I remember when this first came out. Probably like it hit Uniswap like 6 weeks ago. So middle of April, something like that. And it caused quite the stir, to say the least. And people were aping in left, right and centre without knowing what it was really all about, including myself. And had a nice little run. And then there was this issue when some enormous whale pulled a bunch of liquidity out, and it all came cascading down for a little while. In fact, probably show that here on the chart. Yeah, it went up, someone spotted Vit's blog post on Truebit around here, and then it soared all the way up to like 127, and then instantly damped. Then it's been on quite a journey, but then obviously the bear market has taken its toll on the old price. So have a look at the Etherscan. 25,500 holders, quite impressive. According to Etherscan, the max total supply is 280 million and change. And this is the website, truebit.io. Now, don't get all confused if you put TRU. It's not TrueFi we're talking about here. We're talking about Truebit Protocol. They are completely different projects. So this is the website of truebit.io. Truebit is a blockchain enhancement which enables smart contracts to securely perform complex computations in standard programming languages at reduced gas costs. So I'll just go through some of the stuff I like about it, some of the stuff I'm kind of unclear on, and then we'll talk about some of the FUD that's been surrounding the project itself and my opinions on that. So you could probably say this is probably going to be more structured than 99.9% of Crypto Frog's YouTube streams. What I do find very interesting about this is if you pull up the white paper, you can see that they've been working on this since November. Well, probably before that. This is when the white paper came out. November 16th, 2017. So the white paper came out three and a half years ago. And a couple of names here, Jason Tuch and Christian Retvemner. Sorry, I don't speak the German. I hope I didn't mangle his name too badly. As you see, his email address is chris@ethereum.org. And Jason Tuch is JT. So there are some strong and proven links with Ethereum when it comes to Truebit Protocol. And then, as I mentioned before, the kind of apery began when the skinny Chad himself, Vitalik, wrote this blog post mentioning Truebit by name on May 1st and basically bigging it up, essentially saying that this could be one way to resolve some of Ethereum's problems when it comes to scaling, those well-documented issues Ethereum has had. I'm also led to believe that this Christian R, I won't attempt his name again, he was the guy behind Solidity, the language of the blockchain, the language of basically all major programming languages. And it's used not only by Ethereum, but loads of different blockchains, including Binance Smart Chain, probably because they just ripped that straight off Ethereum. So Christian R obviously has some major credentials, and Jason T, he also has a rather difficult surname to pronounce for me. But you can read through the white paper. Goes into great detail. I'll offer you a skim through it. I'm not reading the whole thing for you. I very much doubt 99.9% of people will ever read the whole thing. Now, they do have some backers, some pretty impressive backers as well. I think Coinbase have something to do with them. Stretching back some period of time, I'm not entirely sure. Or some people involved with Truebit have links to Coinbase. Some other projects as well, like Terra, Compound, Maker, other stuff like that. So they're all like massively big blue chip crypto companies. As far as the market cap, I can't really get a handle on it because I don't know how much is in circulation as of the time of making this video. But considering the price of one is like 37 cents and the max supply is like 280, then fully diluted right now, it's probably hovering around 100, which would probably make the real market cap significantly less, or perhaps not significantly less, but less than $100 million. The whole time CoinGecko has listed Truebit, it's never had its market cap put up there. And as for the circulating supply, they don't know either. Past 24 hours, $6.5 million trading volume. At the height of its powers, it was doing absolute insane numbers in terms of volume. Hundreds of millions of dollars, if not billions of dollars in 24 hours. So everyone really talks about like scaling Ethereum and how it's like a massive deal, and if you've all used Ethereum, you probably understand why. And if you're into Truebit, you probably think, oh, Truebit's the answer. What do I think? The jury's still out, in my opinion. In regards to what I think, in regards to what the experts think, I don't know. But this, even though it has been in the works for a long time, no one was really talking about it until suddenly the tokens appeared on Uniswap, and suddenly that blog post came out by Vitalik, and then all hell broke loose. Now, they have said that they do plan to be a bit more communicative, which I definitely think they need to do at some point. Let's have a look at their Medium. All we've heard from them, really, this Medium came out like before the launch, and then they put out one Medium post-launch frequently asked questions. And then number 9 here, they said that they don't support, promote or endorse any exchanges. I mean, I get that. I just wish they could be a bit more communicative. If they were, I don't know what they're like in the Telegram group. I don't know whether they talk very much to the community or not. I've been led to believe, though, that when people ask for information on Twitter, when they tweet from time to time, let's see how often they tweet. I've got a feeling it isn't really that much either. I mean, since January 26th, they've put out 3 of their own tweets. So it's very under the radar in terms of what they're doing. But I think they're testing different things, doing some fine-tuning, all that kind of stuff. And then once it's ready to rock and roll, that's when they will do a big launch. Positives. I like the fact that they apparently do have a bunch of money backing them. There aren't any venture capitalists who have enormous bags, any seed investors that have enormous bags that they can dump on everyone else's head. There was no private sale, as far as I'm aware. There was no pre-sale, which kind of, it seems to be par for the course these days, unfortunately. So everyone who was shilling it on Twitter wasn't in any way a paid shill. Obviously they wanted to shill their bags, but there was no paid promotion in that sense. So it was organic. Utility-wise, I think there definitely is a case to be made for Truebit, and I'll get into that in a minute. The community, just judging by the tweet I put out when I said I was going to make a stream on Truebit, I could tell by the amount of interest that got in just a short period of time how the community really are giga bullish on this. And I'm sure when I open the chat in just a few minutes time, or in 10 minutes time, I'm going to be flooded with comments saying, "Oh Frog, you got that wrong. Oh no, it's more like this, da da da." I'm completely fine with that. So what the whole thing about Truebit then is that this is a way of kind of getting over the gas problem with Ethereum. So it can take really big parts of computational shit, pound it down and shove it through Ethereum without all the issues with clogging up the Ethereum network or any of that shit. So when that happens, of course, the price of gas goes through the roof. As of right now, if you've ever been using Uniswap the past couple of days, the gas is super fucking low. But at times it gets up to 3, 4, even 500 GWE. And a lot of people are just stuck. So what Truebit does, it kind of takes the bigger stuff kind of away from the Ethereum chain, takes it off chain, and then only puts it back on the Ethereum chain once they've slimmed it down and it can go through, pass through the Ethereum blockchain in a timely and easy manner without clogging up the network. That's, I think, as simply as I can put it after doing my own research. And this is good as well because then companies that want to use the Ethereum network but they want to have these super complex tasks or whatever that they want to fire through Ethereum, but they don't want to risk it getting stuck or risk any kind of thing like this. This is where Truebit comes in because it's able to sort that problem out. Now, another thing that really does spark a bit of FUD around Truebit, and I'm not saying it's justified at all, it's just giga-brained. There's a bonding curve. So if you're into economics or whatever, you might know what a bonding curve is. But essentially it's like a curve which mints new tokens when there is a big rise in demand, or even just a small rise in, or if demand exceeds supply, then it mints new tokens. Now this initially, when it came out, this caused a whole bunch of FUD. People saying like, why are there all these new tokens coming out? Like, why is the circulating supply keeps changing, etc. But I think people have finally got their head around it. Apparently the theory behind this is that it allows for more of a stable kind of growth, so there aren't enormous like peaks and troughs. That's the theory anyway. Especially, you know, if a whale decides to pull out. I think the theory behind the bonding curve is that a whale could either jump in large without causing the price to spike like 200%. But then also a whale could pull out without the price dropping enormously. So tokens are kind of minted by the protocol itself when people buy the tokens, and then when people sell them, the tokens get burnt. So there's that kind of equilibrium going on, if you see what I'm saying. And then another good thing about Truebit as well is that once people start using it a bit more, for the process of using the protocol itself, you have to use the Truebit token, and using that to go through burns the tokens as well. So further down the line, when this becomes more used, then presumably the theory is the supply will kind of become increasingly more deflationary. Another thing that caused some FUD as well is about I mean, you can look at the GitHub here. They're updating it, so they're still working on the project. I mean, the last update was like 18 days ago. We can see they're still working on it, but what was I going to say about the... Now, this Vitalik blog post, everyone... Well, a lot of people jumped on Twitter and basically said, you know, like Ethereum 2.0 is definitely going to be incorporating a lot of Truebit into it, because as we all know, Ethereum 2.0, the whole point of that is trying to get over this scaling issue with Ethereum. But the problem is, then people went through this blog post with a fine-tooth comb, and essentially Vitalik said, look, I like what it has here, but he never overtly said, yeah, we're definitely going to make use of Truebit in Ethereum 2.0. Like, he talks about a whole bunch of potential things, because I think he writes blog posts fairly often. And that's not me slagging off Truebit. I mean, you can tell that Vitalik's a fan of Truebit, don't get me wrong. The thing is, I mean, I think if this is kind of a project where I think, I mean, long term, if you can just buy it, if you're one of those investors, cryptocurrency investors, who can buy something, throw it in a ledger, or throw it in my Ethereum wallet connected to your ledger, and just literally forget about it for a couple of years, then I would be inclined to say you're on to a winner. But I don't think this is going to literally like set the world on fire in like 5x like it did when it first burst onto the scene. I think it will be like a slow burner, and let's see how, whether it's picked up more. And the one thing I do wish, I just want to tell you what I think, which is what has me on the fence so much. It's like, why can't you communicate with the community a bit more? Why didn't you at least put out a Medium post saying we're going to launch? I get it if they didn't want people to think just to ape in without doing their own research. I get that, but why wait? So this was written on May 12th, and at that point, and I'm pretty sure Gecko didn't list it until a couple of days after it was on Uniswap. It kind of hit Uniswap 2 or 3 days before the end of April, and then there was nothing from the team, and that kind of spooked me. Didn't hear anything from them for like over 2 weeks, and all it was like a 5-minute long frequently asked question, which generally was kind of, the vast majority of it was already covered in what's on the website. But if you scroll down, you can read about the macroeconomics and usage, the token model. That's where it talks about like the bonding curve, the mint and burn, and all that kind of stuff. Truebit OS, the interactive coin offering, and the protocol itself. It is like, it is pretty giga-brained, yo. And so these are some of the use cases. I think it all depends on how quickly the space kind of matures in a way. If DeFi reaches a point when it definitely needs all this kind of stuff, but there's no denying that the use cases are on point. Like slashing down the gas fees. On-chain cryptography, checking proof of work, high transaction throughput, live peer, art DAO, plasma, federated earning, insurance. Then they've got this ecosystem. I'm not entirely sure what all this Doge Ethereum is about. More than just an exchange, a two-way pay permits transfer of both assets and data across consensus independent blockchains. One can use Doge Ethereum to roll Doge off Dogecoin into Ethereum and back via a trustless retrofitting bridge. This is like enormously way above my kind of brain level, my smooth brain level. But yeah, that's it. And then you can now in regards to the GitHub as well, because when I first went in the GitHub, I've got too many tabs open here. I'm told that this is kind of like you must be a member to really see the full scale of what's going on in this GitHub. I don't think they want everyone and their dog knowing what's going on with Truebit. So what are some of the good things going on? And plus, I think also, I know the price has been a bit wrecked from the bear market we're going through now, the Care Bear market. But I think once the project matures a bit, I think it might be able to handle the ups and downs of cryptocurrency, or aka whatever Bitcoin decides to do on any given day, a little bit better than most other cryptocurrencies because of the bonding curve. Plus, as it gets adopted more, then it's going to be used in more kind of tasks or whatever. So more tokens are going to be minted, burned. It's going to be more demand for supply, etc. And you'd imagine that's going to force the price up. So I don't really know. I still... It's a layer 2 solution, and we've seen layer 2 solutions like explode in recent weeks. We've seen Polygon explode. Well, actually, we've only really seen Polygon explode. I was hoping for Phantom, but it kind of fell in on itself like a souffle. Badly done souffle. But a lot of the advocates for Truebit, I've read them saying, you know, like Truebit really takes Ethereum beyond just like financial transactions and you know, blockchain transactions. It can really be used for a whole host of things, and so really the potential is massively there. Is it something I would ape into? Not particularly, especially with the market being the way it is right now. But there's no denying that it's a very exciting project. And once the kind of uncertainty clears, once we have a bit more information about what they have planned. I mean, insofar as a roadmap, I'm not entirely sure if they have like a roadmap or whether it's just all ready to go. Truebit does not have an official Telegram channel. However, you can connect via Discord. I'm not entirely sure how active the Discord is. I'm not in the Discord. So what do I think of it? I think it's a solid project. But I'm not going to be like jumping in 2 feet first right now. I don't think there's any need to, you know, ape in. I mean, the price does look rather enticing. Don't get me wrong. But with Bitcoin kind of casting a long shadow over the entirety of cryptocurrency right now, I'm not in any rush to really enter any altcoins or any cryptocurrencies, to be quite frank, at this current time. So what are the pros then? So it has good backing, it has ties with Ethereum, Vitalik likes it, has Coinbase, links with them, links with other big blue chip projects as well. It's extremely promising. It can solve a huge hole in Ethereum's you know, maturity, and can help Ethereum out. I wish there now you know, people have different ideas about like marketing and all that, but I mean, marketing is absolutely essential. I get it that they might be like purists or whatever, but I mean, you don't have to be like overtly like in your face making like stupid tweets and everything like that, but at least let the community know what's going on from time to time in a medium or a tweet. You know, what's going on behind the scenes. I think it's the least they can do. Because, you know, 50% of you might be in it for the tech or whatever, but the vast majority of people want to know what they're investing in and what's going to happen in the future and who they're talking to, who are they making contacts with, what's coming up next, what's going to happen in the next 3 months, etc., etc. But considering I am insanely bullish on Ethereum, and Truebit really could be a key component in helping Ethereum become the all-seeing eye of the internet in the years to come, then overall I'll say I'm bullish on it. But I still have some big question marks hanging over it. All right, here we go. Here we go. I'm gonna get it in the fucking face here. This is the best intro song of all Froggo's intro songs. Thanks. Digging the graphics. Thank you. Okay, so the lead developer was Christian R. Talking about the guys who developed the value proposition of Ethereum and its virtual machine coming back to fix the single biggest problem in terms of scalability. Well, that's pretty bad, boy. Cauldron Familiar saying it's like the dev of the horse and wagon coming back with an engine. Very nice. Like it. Cauldron Familiar says it's not just a gas fix, that's part of it, but the most powerful part of Truebit is the computational leverage it gives future smart contracts. It's a force multiplier on a magnitude of millions. Bullish. Also, Truebit is itself a virtual machine, meaning anything internet, computer, ICP can do, it can also do, in the sense that you can run things on it such as a web server or a gain host or DeFi. Jason was asked... Who's Jason? Jason was asked if ETH will adopt it, and his response was that they don't have a choice. Regards communication, you have to understand that Truebit isn't for us. It's not trying to attract retail buyers. It's simply part of the development community. Yeah, well, I get that. But considering the cat's out of the bag, Cauldron, and people are buying it, I think the least they could do is write like a 5-minute Medium article like every month or every couple of weeks. So grow in value via usage, not speculation. Yeah, I did say that. I did get something right. $50 price target minimum. TRU will change the game, been DCAing before the first crazy dip and correction. The protocol will be implemented everywhere. $50 is PT. Well, I can see lots of people in the chat are super bullish on Truebit. But over what time frame can you see the usage really becoming like enough to really drive the price up? I know there's stealth launch, but it wasn't really a stealth launch even, and no pre-sale. I said that, and also no pre-sale, no public sale, no enormous dev bags. It's all like super fair. And it's one I'm definitely keeping my eye on, but I'm not in any rush to buy in right now. Because if the focus, if Cauldron Familiar is what he's saying is correct, I mean, if the focus is on usage rather than retail, then why don't we wait until after ETH 2.0 is out? I don't know. I have absolutely no idea. But I can see why you're bullish on it, definitely. It's definitely a seriously interesting project that a lot of blood, sweat and tears has gone into. A massive community. And something that is unique and necessary, especially for Ethereum, which will eventually flip Bitcoin as the biggest cryptocurrency in the world. So in that sense, what's not to like? My only issue with it is I can understand if they think, oh, it's our baby. We don't want a bunch of apes like pumping and dumping our token. I understand that. And I understand what Cauldron was saying, like it's not meant for retail yet. It's meant for devs. It's like a gift for Vitalik. But still, I just think some communication would go a long way. But then they may also think, well, if we start doing that every day, then we're going to start pumping and dumping our token, which we don't want to do. Max Abbott says, since minting happens, TRU is bought and burning. When TRU is used, it takes one massive project and there will be huge burns. Yeah. Definitely. Truebit is the most undervalued token according to Dino. Cauldron, honestly no way for me to give a good prediction on price. It will be in some way pegged to the success of Ethereum, but it's a matter of how much ETH virtual machine is used. And the truth is, EVM isn't used all that much at the moment due to its limitations. It's unknown. Yeah, that's why I initially I was going to call this video Truebit Protocol, the good, the bad, and the unknown. Because I think there is so much, but I changed my mind at the last minute because I wanted to get Ethereum in the title. Come on, allow me some clickbait. Jesus, I'm struggling here. 8,000 subscribers. Fuck. But yeah, that was going to be my title. The good, the bad, and the unknown. And I think right now, the good is there for everyone to see. The bad isn't really, there isn't much bad stuff. The only complaint I have is the lack of communication with the community. I do not know how talkative they are in the Discord, or how many updates they put in the Discord. But the last we heard from them was May 12th. That's like what? 3 weeks ago. And nothing since on Medium. And unknown. I think that's the thing. So in many ways it's like well, all cryptocurrency is a gamble, innit? But if you believe that Truebit is going to be widely adopted, then clearly you would imagine at 37 cents it would be a no-brainer, back up the truck kind of vibe. So lots of unknowns, lots of good, and just my own personal opinion. Communication, marketing, advertising, letting people know what's going on. Alright, legends. I hope I did Truebit some justice. Like I say, it is kind of well above my station in terms of like, fuck. It's definitely a do your own research project, and there's a lot of information for you to digest. But you would imagine the future is bright with Truebit, and that's where I think I'm going to call it a day. because my fucking head hurts. They're on Gorlin testnet. TRU is gearing up for launch. So when is launch happening, N? Launch is in what? Alright guys, I think that's where we're going to have to wrap up the stream. Overall conclusion. I like Truebit Protocol. There are still a couple of question marks hanging over it for the Frogster. But there's no denying that as the project itself and the people behind it and the people who like it and the problem it solves, it seriously could be the dark horse in the months and years to come. If you enjoyed this stream and not a subscriber, do the right thing, click subscribe. I make cryptocurrency videos all the time, streams though. Thumbs up for the algorithm. That would be greatly appreciated. And disclaimer, no financial advice. Don't click thumbs down if you disagree with any of my opinions, and no financial advice. If you want to buy Truebit Protocol, go ahead. It's your own choice. It's your own money. Until next time, Crypto Frog, be a signing out. Peace out.
Okay.